You don't know me, but my name's Sai. I'm just the old head. You too funny guy.
Anime, a genre of entertainment that provides some of the most beautiful stories, interesting characters, in-depth worlds, and so much more. Anime like Hunter x Hunter can show you wonderful battles, invest you in each character's conflicts, or shows like A Place Further in the Universe can make you connect with the characters and their goals and their wishes and want them to succeed. Or even shows like Re:Zero, which can give you a laugh while also maintaining its dark overtones. Anime as a whole allows for all these different styles of shows to shine and create something truly amazing. But what about the anime that don't? The anime is so bad or so dumb that it makes your head hurt, make you want to burn your own retinas to hopefully undo that horrid behemoth you just watched. Maybe your story was just plain stupid, or the characters were so unlikable that you wonder why he was the one you were followed. Maybe the animation was just terrible, or the voice acting just fell off. But for some reason you still watch the anime. The anime becomes a drug that you know is terrible for you, but you just can't stop snorting up that shitty pile of crack. And you just think to yourself, wow, that's the worst thing ever. One more episode, and by that time you're already into season 4. You see, this is because bad anime is its own art form. Making something so bad, yet so disgusting and so ridiculous that people hate it, but want to know how the shit stain comes to an end, that's a bad anime. And that's the top of the video today. We're going to dive into some of the worst anime imaginable and just see what makes them so special. One thing that makes anime bad isn't the fault of the original creators. Sometimes it comes from the faults of the localization teams. Before all the subbers murder me, yes, we are talking about the dubs. Some dubs are amazing. You hear voices of each character sound full perfect. The voice actor delivers the lines flawlessly. They mesh with the character well, even to the point where the dub can be considered to be on the level of the original. And sometimes we get stuff like this. Beyblade has always been one of my favorite childhood shows growing up. Having recently rewatched the series and dub, I've realized something. The voice acting as well. Shit. Sometimes the character just doesn't show emotion, sometimes the character shows too much emotion, sometimes the lines just don't make any sense. I guess the show was just a kid's show to sell toys like Pokemon or Bakugan. They decided they didn't need to put the most work into the ending product, and in doing so it creates some of the most ridiculous dialogue segments you've ever heard. But even with all that, I still managed to enjoy rewatching the series. I even decided to watch all of the Metal Fight series. The voice acting actually got a bit better after the Fusion Saga, and the story genuinely gets really good, with great development of the side characters, my favorite being Kenta and Ryuga's relationship. This told me that the characters really eventually started to care about the product they were putting out and wanted to improve in every right. But what happens when the creators give no shits at all, and we end up with ghost stories? The Ghost Stories dub is one of the most beautiful creations on this planet. Its backstory is something of legend. Ghost Stories actors have Toru Toru last name, books of the same name. The original anime was an instant flop in the East, leading to low budget of the company and the voice actors having a unique opportunity to basically do whatever they wanted with the dub. And with this birthed one of the most beautiful things imaginable. The Ghost Stories dub became an instant cult classic and essentially became the first abridged series, with classic lines such as,
"Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black,"
or,
"I'm a sexually frustrated 4th grader."
And my favorite,
"Get your crackhead ass into some rehab. I ain't got time for this bullshit."
motherfucker.
Line like this creates one of the world's best shitposts. Is something that is objectively a terrible show, something much more that I recommend anyone who wants a little laugh. But you know, sometimes anime isn't bad because it's dubbing, and can just be the fault of the story or the characters. In anime, characters are a driving force in any show. Following a character's journey from zero to hero, watching a character just experience that feeling of first love and heartbreak. Through these stories, we bond and can relate to the characters and genuinely care about them. Wanting them to succeed and being afraid they might die, all this just helps us connect with the characters. But when you take that away and you see your main character as an invincible wall of unbreakable might that has no chance of losing, your connection with the character slowly dies down. This can be done well, such as in anime such as One Punch Man, or Goblin Slayer, or even That Time I Got Reincarnated to a Slime. These animes take OP characters in the right direction by making the characters likable as well. But then we have shows like SAO. Alright. Before you guys leave a hate comment, execute me off the face, or take me out. I could go into detail on how Sword Art Online is a terrible show for terrible people who probably practice swinging their fake sword in their mom's basement all day, but we don't have time for this at the moment. So I won't go into much detail, but for now let's just talk about one of my big issues, which are the characters. Through all the plethora of side characters, not one of them ever gives me that connection. The anime goes out of its way to paint them as either a random douchebag male rapist, or in case of a female that ended up in the Kirito fuck me squad, or my least favorite, Klein. But they all fall into one of these categories and barely have any development, aside from this game is real to me. This leads to a dull experience all around, but guess what? The main character turns out to be even worse and one of the greatest downfalls in the show. You see, the problem with Kirito is that he's just a Gary Steele. He's so unkillable and indestructible that it becomes fun to just watch him fuck up for once. Love it. Kirito is the embodiment of a main character that lacks personality. Besides being the main character, being super strong and edgy, the nigga legit becomes the Black Swordsman. I guess is where the appeal of the show comes from. It's a fantasy where you can pretend to be Kirito. You can be that indestructible badass that gets all the ladies, and you can live through his life while watching it. And that causes the story to lack the characters that it needs to have, and it just feels one-dimensional. After listening to this, you probably think that much just have nothing positive to say about the show. You must think I hate it, and you must think I think it's a steaming pile of utter dog shit. Well, you're right. Next.
No, it's wrong.
Alright. Actually, this wouldn't be on the list if there wasn't a reason to watch it. For all the shit this show gives you, it at least gives you some good fight scenes, an interesting premise, and some pretty darn good fan service. Plus, everything up till like the ending of the first arc is actually a genuinely decent show. Aside from the Kirito parts and him creating the harem parts, it has some decent storytelling and the relationship can come off really interesting, and they really mesh well together. But most importantly, watching SAO gives you a show that you can constantly shit on and get cool points for it. Hating SAO makes you 10 times cooler and sexier. Want to know what else makes you cooler and sexier? Subscribing. And turning on bell notifications. Leaving a like also helps, but that part is optional. Anyway, back to the video. Staying on top of characters, aside from characters you connect with, sometimes you just want a character that's just the complete opposite of you. A character with power you want, or a character that's so intelligent that it goes through the complexity of their plan. Characters like these are some of the greatest known characters in anime. They use their power and intellect to dominate all challenges and create a really intriguing game of power or intellect. But what about the opposite? The character is so stupid that it makes you actually think you may be a genius. Characters that have all the worst decisions, all the stupidest logical choices that you just don't think these should work, but somehow ends up working out. It starts to annoy you so much that you just pray for the day that they finally bite the bullet. When it finally happens, you cheer and you realize your entire life was just waiting for this moment and you reach true nirvana. This show that I'm about to talk about did this all for me, and it's called King's. There were many spoilers in the part, and if you actually plan to watch this show blind, I have no clue why, please skip to the timestamp in the video below. This show has slowly become one of my favorite worst shows of all time. It has all the bad characters, literal rape, stupid deaths, and the worst possible story ever, but I can't stop revisiting it. I was planning on making a full video before this show, and I decided against it and just put it into this video instead. The anime is what I would like to call a death game anime in the likeness of Darwin's Game or Mirai Nikki, where the characters are forced into a game through an app on their phone. The rules are very vague and barely explained, but I'll do my best to give you guys a slight description. Basically, each character must essentially do whatever the phone tells them. These could vary from not talking to someone, or, not getting angry, or to literally have sex with the person right next to you now, or break all of your fucking fingers. The game also features many different rules that have to follow, which I'm not even going to explain because they're so fucking stupid that I don't even fucking remember them. I think I deleted them from my brain and just put them in the vault, and now they're just gone forever. So I'm not even going to try to go into detail. But anyway, the main thing that makes this anime one of my favorites is just the stupidity of the characters. In many instances, characters just don't notice the obvious. For example, this character is the crazy bitch of the anime. She's literally rapes someone on screen and then tries to kill literally everyone. And this absolute dumbass who says she's her best friend, who's been abused and used and has a chance to kill her with literally no effort, no guilt, to the point where like it doesn't make any sense why she just does it. But this is what happens. She literally just lets her live. They set up this entire giant plan that will literally get rid of her and stop her from hurting anyone else and gives everyone else a chance to survival. And guess what? Nope. Bada wop, bing boom. She just fucking throws it. And guess what? You know the funny part? Guess what ends up happening to this girl? Exactly. I just can't. Not even the power of a quantum supercomputer can calculate the amount of fucking stupid mistakes these characters end up making. Speaking of death, my god, these fuckers just wanted to die in this anime. I swear every single character in the show had a death wish from the start. This bitch literally gets his leg stepped on by a yandere bitch in this situation, and tell me, what do you think he will do? A. Let her step on it more so he can enjoy his weird fantasies. B. Do the Macarena. Or C. Move his fucking leg. If you said C, no! It's A. It's kinda obvious. He literally just lets her do it with no resistance, so he just ends up dying. There's another character who was honestly the best character. She left a lot of people behind that were pretty much dead weight or managed to get into shitty situations that were very avoidable. And then somehow she managed to walk off a cliff. Yes, like walks, not run. She 100% walks off and dies. She was the only character that had potentials and genuine brain power. And that just leaves the final three after this moment. And holy shit! Just watch the scene. I don't even have to explain the scene in words. Like, my brain can't compute in English language how to describe this scene. So I'm gonna just let you guys watch it.
Dream! See? That's the part I played!
You're delusional.
But you! I can't forgive you for filling them with your false hope, saying everything would be okay in the end! I don't care if everyone else hates me! At least I'm not a liar like you! That's even worse! I won't let you kill Namalaki! He means too much to me! He got us this far! Give him to you. He's mine.
Let's go.
It's okay, my Nobu.
And with that, the main character just dies and goes to heaven, where the crazy bitch that killed literally everyone is also there, and the anime just ends. Oh yeah, minus like this other bitch killing herself, but that doesn't really matter. In the lore, this should have ended the game, but oh my god, there's apparently a season 2 coming. And it just makes me wonder, what the actual fuck? And why do I want to watch it? But so far we talked about anime that are bad from a technical and storytelling stand base, but what about the fucked up shit? Shows that make you wonder, well, humanity is fucked. And I am too. These shows like to cover the most fucked up situations, from again, rape, to incest, to fucking, they end up just touching every no-no button imaginable. And even through all of that, you end up watching all of it and telling your friends to watch as well. Spreading your sin around and laughing maniacally as all your friends block you and report you to the authority, which leads you to get arrested for multiple counts of tax fraud. And wait a second. I'm going off topic. But for now, I'm just going to end the video here. We covered many bad anime that actually recommend you give it a watch. They are quite a fun thing to watch with friends, and as I teased, there are so many more anime out there that are just absolutely disgusting. And if you guys want to see me sit through all those shit shows and basically fucking infest my internet history with something that's probably going to get me shot and either hung or sent to a fucking island, leave a like. If we get to 10 likes, I'll make a part 2 of this video with the most horrid anime that I could find on the face of the internet, and we'll also have to rewatch them. So yeah, you want me to suffer? Leave a like. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Again, subscribe, leave a like if you guys want to see some more, and I'll catch you guys in the next time. Peace.